Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy. Today we're going to be talking about yet another collection, I'm afraid. It is the Disney Afternoon Collection. I've got it on Switch 2, came out on everything. I think this is the first time that Nintendo have got this, which is really cool. Now I bought this game, it's about $17.99 in the UK, specifically for one game which we'll get to. This is another one of those ones by Digital Eclipse. Let's have a look through the what we've got here, and we can go over that sort of stuff. We'll start at the bottom. We've got the options here. Not much here other than button configuration, which it shows you, and you can adjust, you can change controls, all that sort of stuff, rewind, whatnot. We've got credits, and then you've got the language you can change. You then have the gallery, which is full of what you'd imagine, like various different artwork and stuff. So here you can look at like how, with information, how things ended up. You can hide the captions as well, which is nice if you want to see it in all its glory. You can see how, like with Ducktales here, how it ended up in the game. You've also got a slideshow you can have, and it will go through them for you. You've got museum type archive footage, stuff for like the box art and stuff, which is really cool. Same with it's nice seeing all that stuff. It's interesting seeing it flattened out because it's definitely like someone's got hold of a copy of that. But there's all of that there. Ton of that stuff, really nice. A lot of information about it, which you like, what you want, a little extra for a collection like this. Music, this is awesome. I like having music players. You're obviously going to know some of these classic tracks. I will play the moon theme for you, the old meme. I mean, come back round, become very popular, and obviously the remake of Ducktales was very popular again there as well. So, tons of cool music to listen to. Personally, I'll play one of my personal favourites on here. Like Chip and Dale has a ton here, but Zone J, this is absolute classic for me. Grew up playing this game a lot. Absolute banger. But yeah, all the music's in from all these games. So let's get to the games themselves. Now, I bought this specifically for Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I have a physical copy of this game. I really like it. But as you can see, we've got DuckTales, Chip and Dale 1, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales 2, Goof Troop, Chip and Dale 2, and Bonkers. Now, Bonkers and Goof Troop are the odd ones out here. They are SNES games. But we have a bunch of the NES games as well. There's a really nice collection of games here. I'm very grateful for the rewind function and like a lot of learning, just because like some of these games are quite tough. Let's just jump in. I'm going to jump into Chip and Dale. Loving the little remix you get when you play before you get into it. Banging. Here you have Time Attack, you have Boss Rush and how to play, which is really cool. Teaches you just like what you have to do. That's about it really, there's not much more to it. It's like the manual, I guess, is what they're giving it to you, what these people do, enemies, stuff like that. It's kind of cool. I like that. But let's play a level. Let's get into the actual game. I'm gonna play as Chip. And just to show off, this is in my opinion, a very good platformer. It's not the easiest game, but it's also not the hardest game. Like compared to some other games that came out on the NES, it's not too bad. It has its quirks. Oop. But yeah, all in all, pretty great game. Nice. To be honest, it's nice replaying this and having this back again. I really like the soundtrack to this game. I think the soundtrack is phenomenal. Very upbeat, very jolly. Let's see if I can get to the end of this level quickly. But this was for me to basically spend 20 quid on this game, because that was the one that I played mainly. But to come back to it now and play it again, it brings a lot of joy and a lot of nostalgia to me. I'm very happy that I have access to this again. And I think that's what the thing is with a lot of these collections is, yeah, right, some of these games may not have aged well, but if you played this stuff back in the day, you now have like an easy access to it. I think Chip and Dale is actually quite a fun platformer. It's very basic in a lot of ways. You'll see this with the bosses in just a tick, actually. This first level is probably one of the longer ones as well. Or at least it feels like it is, because you have the whole outside part. Whoa! Oh, from the box into the B. Nice little graphical glitch here, where I still look like I'm holding something. Take that, rat. Mechanical mouse, rat, whatever you are. Bear in mind, I've played this enough to... Oh yeah! Some crazy things with it. But you're going to get the picture. So I'll just try and get to the first boss here, and then we'll move on and show off some other stuff. You can duck in these boxes, which is an absolute godsend if the enemy only takes one hit. I don't think two-hit bosses, two-hit enemies allow that to happen. Right. Oh, how did I miss? Now, most of the boss fights in this game are pretty much just chuck Red Bull at enemy while it's firing something back at you. So they're not particularly complex. But there you go. That's Chip and Dale. You have like a little map screen. You have a bunch of levels. It's fun. It's a nice little platformer. So on and so forth. By the way, you do have some options here with the games. You've got the you can make it a little more like a monitor TV. The original size, the full size of the screen, wide. I like playing original. You can turn the border off. But I like keeping that on as well, and then monitor is more like that, so it shows like more of a PC effect. Or off, which is probably why I have it on normally. But TV gives it, these are CRT filters essentially. And then you have, like, you can save and load. You also have button config, and we'll quit out of this. So, that's Chip and Dale. I'll show off a bit of Tailspin. I know nothing about this, other than this is a shooter. So, I won't show off as much as this, just to get through some of the games so you guys have an idea of what's going on. So, this is a one-button shooter, and you only have one bullet, so when you fire, you have to hit something and hope for the best. But, what's weird is you can turn the plane upside down and go backwards. And as someone who hasn't watched the show, like, ever, I have absolutely no idea what's going on. But you can see that the game is like this. If you hold one of these buttons, that's the other opposite button. Go backwards. Rewind is like a huge feature in these classic games. It's super useful, makes them a lot easier to play. It seems like a cool enough game, but I think the fact you can only fire one bullet, and if you miss, or you have to wait for it to hit something, can be a bit frustrating. But this game gets kind of nuts from what I played on it. But you get the idea. Let's try to show some other things quickly. I mean, pretty much what you're seeing is what this game has to offer, essentially. I'm just loving these themes, man. Darkwing Duck is a classic. And it's the fact that Capcom made a lot of these, and the platformers are the ones that I gravitate towards. Pecks at your nightmares. I very much like the platformer ones that they made. Obviously, they have some Mega Man-esque elements to them. Let's go to the bridge, probably the level that I think most people have seen. So we'll go there, show a little bit of this off quickly, and then I'll show off one of the SNES games as well, because they're a nice addition. There's this thing in this game where you can hold up, and he does this. I actually don't know what that does, but this is Darkwing Duck. It is a slower platform than Chip and Dale, I would say. You're basically just shooting enemies with guns. You get different types of guns. Now, little fun fact, I actually did own this, or I believe I did have it for NES when I was younger. The problem was it never worked. So we had a copy of it, and that's what the rewind function's for. But we had a copy of this, and yeah, it never worked, and it was just disappointing because I could only go off what the game was like based on the background of it. Ow. But again, seems fairly competent. Does he automatically grab? He does. Cool. Seems like a fairly competent platformer. I've played about 2 or 3 of the levels now, and I quite like it. But that might be because it's, you know, I've got the rewind function, and that does make this somewhat a little bit easier. Music's also good. Big fan of that. But you're getting the idea, right? Like these games are just these classic NES games brought into one big package. Let's just show off. I'll show off Bonkers because I don't know if many people have played that. Like I don't remember Bonkers. Goof Troop I've seen quite a lot of. It seems like an interesting game. I remember Bonkers the TV show because I remember the theme tune for it being decent. But like the newer Capcom there went during the NES times. It is odd playing a game that feels very different. Like the jump in NES to SNES is kind of nuts. So this game seems to be about speed. Oh, oops. So you got that dash button on the bottom. What you do is you wait for it to charge up, And off you... Oh, I meant to hold it, aren't I? You do have bombs that you can chuck at things. The only downside to this game is he kind of feels weird. His aerial control is kind of nuts. Ow. This is going really badly. There we go. And you can use the bump into things to get items. I died very quickly. It's not a game that I have very much experience with. I will say, as a platform person, just a quick thing on his movement. His movement feels awful. His air movement, anyway. Like if you see like how he moves, it's not good. I definitely don't like it. I actually prefer to walk in this game because it's a bit easier to just avoid things. Like I said, you do have a bomb that you can chuck at people. Oh, that one. There you go. It's a bomb. Now, if I do this right, and actually, there you go. This is what you're meant to be doing. So you can speed your way through like that through the levels. It's a cool game. It's definitely not aged particularly well, I don't think, having played about 2-3 levels of this game. But I think some people are going to like it. It's fun. It's fun music, fun sort of design. But yeah, all in all, you've got an idea of what is going on here. I have played... I played a little bit of everything. Chippendale's the only one I've completed. Darkwing Duck is a game I'm about halfway through. I will probably play Ducktales and Chippendale 2 and stuff like that to get through them. I quite like what this package offers. I think this is a really nice, like, 8 games, almost £20 in the UK. You've got the music, you've got all the games, you've got the gallery and stuff like that. I think this is kind of worth it. Alright, bear in mind, you know, not all of these games are going to necessarily be good. Everyone's going to have personal taste. I think like the Chippendale 1 and 2 are worth it. Darkwing Duck seems worth it. Ducktales, I haven't played enough of it to know. Ducktales 2 is meant to be better. Goof Troop seems pretty good. Bonkers is okay, and I think Tailspin is okay as well. So your mileage may vary based on what games you enjoy. But all in all, I think this is a pretty nice package. It's not like Digital Eclipse's later stuff with like interviews and things like that. This is primarily, you got your gallery, you got your music, you got your 8 games, you got your rewind function, you've got access to being able to like make save states. All nice things to have in a collection like this when games back in the day were quite difficult and also quite challenging in terms of lives and things like that. So for me personally, I think this is worth it if you remember playing these games, or you want to play a bunch of Capcom Disney games, which I think, like Chippendale for me, was completely worth the money. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today then, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like the video, hit the like button, helps out a ton. Please subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I know I've been doing a lot of these collections. I'm almost done. I've got maybe 1 or 2 left that could potentially come up. I've got a bunch of other games I want to cover for Switch 2 and Switch, so stick around, and until next video, I will see you then.